Hey, what's happening, everybody? Rod J back again to take a look at another beer. Thanks for swinging by to check out another video. I'm actually going to take a look at one from Springdale Beer. This is the Ain't That Remarkable Hoppy Pale Ale. So this comes in at 5.5% ABV. Don't know much about this one. This happened to be another one sent to me by Average Joe. It is a New England Pale Ale, it mentions. One thing I would say, the can on the front looks pretty neat with the label there. But on the back side, they put that print on there, which now it looks a little bit better because it has light shining on it. But when you first look at it, you really got to squint down and really see it, because the way they use the ink on this one, they should have just left it like the ink they use on the main label. So not a great thing on their part, in my opinion. But outside of that, it says drink fresh, which we're going to do. This one was actually canned on 11/14. So again, today's 12/19. So pretty fresh along those lines. Just over a month out. And I'm going to go ahead and crack this baby open. They are out of Framingham, Massachusetts. I remember being a kid, you say Massachusetts, and always be one kid to say Massachusetts. It's like, no, it's Massachusetts, not Massachusetts. Understand the words coming out of my mouth. So there we go, a nice, decent pour. And you can take a look at that right there. Again, another juicy IPA. So this one comes out with about a finger of head that sits pretty much dead on white. I would call the color on this one. Again, that body, kind of that orange juice type color. A little bit lighter than what your standard orange juice would be, but very reminiscent of it. If you have anything like a pineapple juice, it would be more on point with the pineapple juice, really, when you think about it. Not seeing through it. Deep haze, can't even make out the carbonation. But getting a nice fresh burst of the hops coming out here. Picking up some tropical citrus notes, picking up a little bit of like a pineapple type feel. Getting a little bit of that hops on the back end. And again, a little bit of a muskiness type smell. Some of that dankness. And not having to sniff really too hard. I would say this one is a little bit more tropical than citrus, but pretty decent smelling on the aroma as far as it tastes. Very juicy. On the back end, it has a nice dryness to it. Pops off the tongue nicely. Carbonation is at a nice level where it's not overly carbonated. Didn't feel any throat burn on the back end going down. Went down very easily. Nice smoothness to it. And the taste, I am picking up some of that hop feel. Getting a little bit of that tropical citrus type note from the flavors. A little bit of cheek action taking place with some of the tingling effect. Get a nice sting to the tip of the tongue. Not feeling an overly urge to burp or anything. So that carbonation really is smoothed out nicely. Getting a little bit of lacing there on the glass. Not a ton like some of the other ones, but it is leaving some behind, even though the head is actually faded at this point here. Body-wise, sits as a nice, pretty much like the medium body, closer to medium, but not overly heavy at all. And again, that texture, not too thin, which is nice. You know, you don't pick up any thinness. So I was thinking at the 5.5, it might be a little more thinner than I thought it would be, but it does hold together very well. Nice, refreshing quality to it. Good duration of the flavors. So solid on a lot of the aspects that you would get on a beer like this for a pale ale, for a New England style pale ale. This will be a nice one to have as far as a brunch. Again, having that juice type appeal makes it kind of nice in that regard. And you can really sit there and have a nice, refreshing beer with what you're eating. This would go together with a lot of the typical brunch type food. So very nice beer in that regard. As far as how to rate this one, so you start with the appearance. Appearance is decent enough. Again, it's a New England pale ale, so you're going to get some of that haziness. You're going to get a lower type head on it and everything. It didn't leave as much lacing behind, but appearance-wise on the body is kind of what to be expected for that type of style. And it's not like it's an unpleasant appearance there. It's got a nice little glow to it with that juice type feel. So for that one on the appearance, I'm actually going to give that a 11 out of 15. Just because it doesn't really lace as much as it should, I believe. And that I thought the head was just not where it should have been. But outside of that, it's pretty decent. As far as the aroma, Aromas are very nice on this one. It comes out of the glass very easily. Don't have to sniff really hard, and you're picking up everything you will want for the quality of a pale ale. So for the aroma, I'd actually give this one a 13 out of 15. As far as the flavor, very smooth. You do get the flavors coming through from the hops. You do get a nice taste taking place. You have that flavor of bitterness in the beginning on the initial and on the finish, but then it fades very nicely. Leaves you a nice long duration of the flavor. Pretty good along those lines. So for that, I'm going to give it a 13. As far as the palate, I think it does offer a nice palatable experience. Nice body on it, not overwhelming. Good texture, not watered down. Carbonation very solid, and the finish, like I said, very smooth. Got a nice feel on it. So that I'm going to give actually a 14 out of 15. I think it has a really nice, overly palatable quality about it that makes it sit very nice as you're enjoying this beer. And then on the overall, I think everything kind of pulls together nicely across the board for it to make it a nice, pleasurable experience. I'm going to give it a 35 out of 40. So we're going to go ahead and total all of those up here and see what we come up with. So for this one, it came out to be an 86 out of 100. So a solid beer. Put it right there, kind of mid-B category. One that you can definitely enjoy. One I would say definitely pick up if you're a pale ale fan. If you were to break it down and you were to put it like on a 5-point scale, then you'd be looking at about a 4.3 there. So thanks for swinging by to check out another video. If you've had this one before, let me know. Put some comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this one. And thank you again, Joe, for shooting me this beer. Definitely appreciate it. I look forward to catching you guys next time. As always, keep drinking those good craft beers. And remember, there's always time. Get your beer on. Cheers.